Yo, people. Play some beats, just get started. All right. Yeah, so many things open right now. Let me close some stuff here. Okay, those look like. Open up a new. Alright, let's get this link, share with good people over in the Clay channel. Probably throw it on my Twitter as well, because get on there. I'm actually curious if that's. How do you check that stuff? Because I. All right. Happy Good Friday, everybody. Yeah. All right. So, just turn some music there. So earlier, I already did a stream. I'm based in Canada. Canadian debates were last night. Or the last Canadian debate. I guess I don't really know, but I thought it was a good thing to get informed on. So I did that. That's what the earlier stream was about. I actually know if I got any in those streams. All right, all right, all right. So let's do the quick check-ins. Daily vitamins. Y'all know the deal. What is up? Um, Today's little check-in. I kind of had a rant about it earlier, but yeah, if you're curious about that, go check that the Canadian debates episode out. I kind of talked about Bitcoin hash rate, that kind of thing. If you're into that, which I didn't talk for super long, so check it out. Check it out. Might be interesting. Um, yeah. Anyways, I think I got a new subscriber yesterday. Shout out to DG Hound 42, the dog hound, I think. So yeah, we got 8. I'm super stoked on that number, man. Yeah, hopefully I can keep putting out stuff that people want to see. Um, Channel views is climbing. I think since I started measuring, this was like 384. So I've grown like 60. I've gotten like 60 different views in the last um 4 days. So I mean, not great, not great, but everybody starts somewhere, and so you know what I know will happen eventually is that this number will grow, and hopefully me having this little dashboard here, I can come back and be like, man, I remember when I was stoked that like, dude, that video got more than 10 views. I got a new subscriber. That's what we're trying to do here. That's what we're trying to build. Um, in some form or another, whether it be through this kind of thing or making music. Anyways, I'm really getting off topic here. Um, let's lock in here. So I'm actually gonna move this down here. Um, Today we want to figure out, for anybody that has not watched the stream before, which yeah, not a lot of you have. Basically, we've created a clay table here that oh, this is the wrong one. We've created a clay table here that will go. Get that down here. We've created a clay table here. Um, the comment. Hey there, how can I assist? AP. Um, yeah. What are we gonna do today? We're gonna look at this. We're gonna look at this sheet. I'm pretty happy with how it's coming along so far. Um, I think in terms of output, what I would like to have is like a functional, get to a point where I do a demo, and I would like to generate a cold email. Basically, where we're at, I'll pull up these websites that it's created. Um, as you can see here, what we're doing is we use the Google Maps API to find businesses in a local area. You can filter by business type. For this one, I found, I guess, 39. I know the list was larger before, but I kind of reduced it based on a few different factors. Found these companies, enriches them on some level here, and then I go find their logo, which I haven't really been using in the actual prompt, but I get some traffic analytics. I just added that yesterday, so it's not super important, but um, we should rename this column build uh, V0. We call that this. So let's just build a new one because we haven't looked here. I don't even know what this company is. Let's do this. Oh, there's an error. Yeah, right. I totally need to turn on my server. Before I do that, I actually do want to check something out. I want to get rid of something. So let's add the context of code. So right now, the Puppeteer tier service opens up a window on my. Oh, that's not what I was looking for. The source. No, I meant this. Yeah. Let's use this super whisper thing because that's pretty cool. I like that. Where is it? Super whisper. Okay, so context source. Hey, so right now, if you take a look at our source code, basically what happens is when we actually trigger this job and hit this API, um, when we hit the API, it's actually opening a browser window when it makes the Puppeteer service go into play. I don't want to do this. I would prefer if it was, I guess, headless, I think is the term. I don't need to see it happen. I just want it to happen. Take a look at the source code. Basically, what happens is when we actually trigger this job and hit this API, when we hit it's actually going to open a browser when it makes the Puppeteer service go into play. I don't want this. I would prefer if it was, I guess, headless. I think is the term. I don't need to see it happen. I just want it to happen. What is this? Headless is false, which causes the browser window to open when running the job. I need to modify this file to set the headless to true to make it invisibly running. Let me configure this. Okay, it looks like we have a linter error because new isn't a valid type for headless property in the version of Puppeteer using. Let me fix it by using boolean instead. True. It seems to be. I see there's another file with headless false setting an index. Let me read this file. Okay. I've successfully updated. Okay. So we're gonna do command that. Let's see if this works now. So we're gonna run the watch server, the TypeScript server to watch. Oh, really? npm run watch. What about that? Okay, that works. Cool. We're gonna turn on the server, npm run watch, and then we're gonna turn on our ngrok instance. Cool. Let's make sure that this is the correct. Probably a good thing to look into would be um, deploy to replit, so we don't have to get a new URL every time. What else do we need to do? We need to get images, which is why I think I want to use the dental. So that's what we're going to end up doing here. But for now, just to show you the demo, we're going to do that. Stock images. Stock images. Okay, deploy to replit. Copy this. Cool, 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 cool. We gotta go into here. We gotta edit the column. We have to put a new URL. Okay, that URL is there. Fantastic. Close that down. Save. Don't run. Okay. So let's see if this works. How's running? Queued. Let's check the server, make sure it's working. We go server watch. Oh no. Is it gonna tell me there's an error? Yeah, good. Okay, so this is not supposed to be this is supposed to be npm run start. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. Let's go check the server. Ready to accept. Enter ngrok. Receive request for dosa guru. Okay. redesign this website. For now, just use Next.js placeholder images. Shutting Puppeteer job. For now, just use the Next.js placeholder images. API handed off job to the background processor, waiting for sign in. For sale, logged in, waiting for authentication, trying to prompt. Okay, so it looks like it worked. URL. Waiting for the stable chat URL, polling, detected. This is all a custom API that I've put together here. So successfully notified Clay webhook. Uh, uh, what am I looking for here? Do I? Oh, what's going on here? Why? Okay, let's close this down. I want to close this down. Yeah, okay. I don't know what I was doing there. Okay, so the job was successful. Cool. If we go look at this, that sounds good. Okay, it's got a job ID. Perfect. So with that job ID, we should be able to go look up in this other workbook we have created here. I apologize if you've heard me say all this before, if you've already been tuned into the stream. So this looks like it's completed or almost completed. So it looks at the job ID and then it writes it to our other table over here, right there, job ID. So if I go look up a single row, I'll show you how this functions actually run in a moment here. Let's just look at this. Edit column. Basically, we pull in data from the webhook table. This is what V0 webhook table is. Target column is job ID. Filter operator is this. And the row value, we just go look for, this is an important one. You can do, configure how it looks. So like text with tokens or a dropdown. I kind of had a little catch up on that. Anyways, doesn't matter. We got the URL. Let's go check out what it made. All right, looks like it's still building, but yeah, while that happens, I'm gonna quickly rinse the washroom.
What time did you leave from the oil change?
I don't know, 6. I would have called you. I can check. I would have called you. Let's see. What day was it? Tuesday. Um, hmm, are you able to see? Because it says 4:57, which I feel like it was later than that. Because I picked you up from your thing at 7. You were just getting started, I think. It was around that. Probably like
From the time your vehicle comes into service, and usually 4 to 5 people
Alright, stream. We're back. Let me move this image over. Move this image over real quick. So yeah, that's basically what the clay table does. I'm pretty impressed with this one, I can't lie. I don't know how I was able to get these photos in, but this looks, I think, super well done. Let's go look at what their actual website looks like. Those. Yeah, I actually don't know if it looks that much better, but I think it looks pretty good. View full menu. Does this have the functionality to do this? Not really. Okay. Anyways, let's actually try this. What I want to try is, let's save this template. Let's go save this template. We're gonna edit this column. We're gonna save as a template. Generate V0 design. Description. Use use company description enrichment to get a website URL. Feed this website. Feed this URL to V0 and redesign website. Save template. Okay, so I hope that means it's going to be in my save templates. Let's go edit this column as well. We're going to save this template. V0 webhook. I'm just going to say V0 webhook. I think this is just internal, so that should be fine. So if we go into Vancouver Dental, we only got 25 here. I want to add this enrichment. V0. V0 design. Get the website URL. Clay format for JSON website. Field pass return generate. Yeah. Apply this to the template. Close that. Save. Save and don't run. And then we're going to add another enrichment. We're going to say V0 webhook. I sure know if we need to do that. Let's go rename column V0 design. Okay, so let's see how composable this V0 design is. I need to quickly go into V0, and let's see what this looks like. Settings. Okay, so let's open this up a little bit. You're a senior UX UI designer specializing in specializing in dental practice. Mobile first, performance optimized, and local SEO ready. Clear schema for menus address for maintain existing brand vibe, colors, imagery. Maintain and improve existing colors. Train accessibility. Focus on this. Okay, cool. So if we save that, perhaps that will make this work. Okay. Let's do this. Cell hasn't run. Let's see what Edgemont looks like. This table is off. Turn it back on to automate. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Okay, so if we get this V0 webhook, good job. Added a column. add enrichment v0. Webhook job ID is going to come from job ID here. Build v0. What is this? What is this? I don't really know what that is. Space. No matter. Edit column. What did I put in here? Job ID equals this. Return value. Okay. Get to a record. Dylan's Clay account job ID equals row value job ID. What is it asking me to do here? Job ID is build v0. I don't really know what this is asking me. I don't know if this is actually what it's asking me for, but save and don't run. And now we're gonna run. Record found, cool. We go into here, open up this. We can add the generated URL here. And then we get this. Let's turn off the camera for this so this thing's not getting in the way here. Edgemont, our team. What does theirs currently look like? Is this better? I'm not sure. I'm not sure actually, but let's dive into it a little bit more. I think that there is an argument that is better. I really don't like the text that they went with, but I think it makes a ton of sense to learn more. Call the book, our services. What does it give us? Yeah, not much obviously. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's try the next one. How does this one look? Okay, that one's doesn't look that great. Let's check it out. See if we can do it well. Job's done. Should get us v0 chat. The record's found. Okay, so what about now? Okay, so yeah, we do need to give this a little bit of time. Give it a little bit of time. What about now? Queued record found. Okay, cool. Let's go look at that. So it's working on, man, I'm getting a blister. I was doing some yard work and it's just going too hard. Going too hard. I will say I do think that the zero shot actually does look better than uh not necessarily the full website, but I do think that it looks pretty good. Public, Serene Dental, Cosmetic, what our patients say. Okay. Dental office websites. Yeah, that looks, I think, decent. This is taking some time to load, obviously, but yeah, you get the idea of what the general flow of this table looks like. I think it does a pretty good job of achieving what we want it to achieve. What can we do with this now? I think it makes sense to I don't really have any like super novel ideas at the moment. See what the screenshot does. It's loading the image. I think the big thing is that we're optimizing for like much faster load times on these websites. So maybe that's how you sell it. I'm not even sure actually. That's how you want to sell it. All right, let's see what it gives us. Hopefully this is good. We're in Northwest Dental, modern technology. This feels too busy. No, the padding's done well either. Unsplash image API. Most powerful tool and photo engine in the world. So, interested in using Unsplashing higher volume application, get in touch with our partnerships team. Simple integration Unsplash. What is it? Clay Unsplash. If they don't have an Unsplash, okay, well that's good. Request developer, listing photos, search photos, get a photo. We can handle any volume. Numbers in your language. You integrates. Okay. So what I almost want to say don't maintain their thing. It would be cool if we could do like more interesting things. And I really want to know where I got this photo. So let's Serene Dental Space, Smiling Dental Team, Dental Tagline. Are these from their actual website? Give zero cost instant thematic photos. Focus auto. Adopt 3 and out rule. Unsplash source API plus extracted vibe words. Okay, so what are we gonna do? How can we make fix any vibe restrictor false positive add fallback on so like using fallback. Blog on how to pick or produce image not on tech decision paralysis. So clay integration. How am I going to these let's go chat GPT. O3 it should just automatically jump to O3. I don't know why it doesn't. Okay. I'm curious how I could go about building or if there's a tool that already exists that could do this. Basically what I wanted to do is go search a website and get a sense of the quote vibe of it. Um, Is that what I was talking about? Actually, I don't think that is. What was I saying? Um, how could I go about um, programmatically looking at a website, seeing the different images that they have, and doing some analysis on that, getting keywords, and then using that to then look at Unsplash's API to get a sense of or to get stock images that sort of match that description. How could I programmatically get a tool that looks at websites, sees the different photos that are there, and generates, keywords or just like a short description of what they are to then, hold on to those words and then actually search the Unsplash API to find similar stock images? Script page list image sources. Capture each image with a blip. Any or any. Get one search for sentence. Pull out 3 to 4 strongs nouns. Filter those words at Upsplash. Search. And grab as match. Cache the page. So minimal TypeScript sketch. Deployment blips run fine on replicate, run pod, or small GPU. I don't really want to do that. Just wants me to host a Hugging Face API. They're showing image. They're showing thinking now. That's cool. They weren't doing that yesterday. When you run, when you run. Okay, let's take a look at this sensor. Let's see if I can read. Spin up a tiny node microservice. Scrapes a page with Puppeteer.js render Cheerio static. Gets every real image URL. Streams each image through a blip caption endpoint. Returns a one-liner. Um, What if you said this? Okay, so how would we implement something? Here's the details. I'd like to be able to have Puppeteer actually get the image URL for every image on a website. Is that possible? I guess ideally what that would look like in this API would be that website URL that we're getting from Clay, or that we're getting in the initial request. Part of what would be returned, and maybe this is a separate endpoint just for development purposes, and then we work on actually implementing it in the full tool. But I'd like to see if it can return a JSON with working image URLs for each of the images on the site. All right, cool. Let's see if I can do this. That'd be pretty baller. I'll implement a function to extract image URLs from a website using Puppeteer. Let me create a new endpoint and service method for this. Now let's create a controller for this new functionality. I do have a routes, don't I? Image routes, okay. Index images. Hmm. They don't Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. What does it say? Now we have two endpoints for working with website images. Extract images takes a website URL and request body and returns a JSON with all the image URLs found on the website. Input takes a website URL and the request body downloads all the images to a local directory and returns information about the downloaded image, including the original URL and local file paths. Okay, to download the images, post URL download images. Original path, local path. Okay, now let's test it out. That closes down. Run starts. Okay. Let's try it. And npm run dev. Okay. It looks like it's already sort of running on this. Currently exposed to cancel that. Okay, so npm run dev. Was um, it'd be great if this just worked. From the server, test an image extraction endpoints. What is it running that on actually? the website I want to try is this one. So this is the website to try this Great, the endpoint successfully extracted 28 images from the. Now let's try the download endpoint. Mm. Oh yeah. Let's look at the download images. Um, so if I go into uh, desktop, is it documents, downloads? Where did I put them? File downloads. So oh yeah. Um, Definitely did not download all the images that I was hoping for. Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. That seems to work. Some of the images don't look like the ones I'm seeing on the website, but I guess it's not really fair to ask to download all of them. Um, yeah, I am interested in knowing how I can make this work with my V0 prompt. How would I go about that? Like, can I just pass? Yeah, how do I host these images, or how am I going to pass them to the V0 prompt? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mm. Man, long weekend. Uh, okay. I think I'm gonna end the stream there. This is like some real engineering I'm gonna have to do for this. I will try to get to this, but yeah, it's a lot. Like kind of want to chill. And yeah, my girl's home from work, so I should hang out with her on this beautiful afternoon. Um, I'm excited about how this is coming in. I feel pretty good about landing on the dental niche, and yeah,